Hi there, it's your wax weirdo here, and I am going to do a candle empties video. These are all the candles that I burned in March. There are two that are kind of left over from February, and so I wanted to include those because I finished them in March. So let's go ahead and get started. I'll talk about this fudge ripple. This was actually a February candle of mine because my theme was like strawberries, cherries, chocolate covered cherries, chocolate covered strawberries, champagne, roses, pink sugar, kind of just fun romantic things. And I really loved this candle. It burned fantastic. I mean, no issues there, no sitting. I do use Illumilids on all my Yankees. So I think that helps a lot, and I do use Hurricanes too. However, this guy, I could smell on the first couple of burns the little bit of the chocolate, and it was a nice chocolate scent. Like, it wasn't severely chocolatey or fake. It was nice. It actually did have kind of a fudge-ness to it, but after that, I just couldn't smell it anymore, so I was kind of sad. So I just lit it whenever I wanted to, kind of more for ambiance. So I would not repurchase this one. There's this Goose Creek one that I had, brown butter pistachio, and I actually had burned half of this last year and finished the other half, and it's so good. I really enjoy it. It's different. You do get the pistachio, but it's not sweet. It's nicer. I love like pistachio wax or other pistachio candles, but they are sweeter. This one doesn't have that, so give it a try. I think you'd really like it. It was kind of sooty, just a touch on the top here. And that, I mean, it's kind of typical with these 2-wick candles because they are large. You can trim the wicks pretty good and you still kind of get large flames, but that's what I'm just kind of used to with Goose Creek. Another Goose Creek that I burned was this Old Time Lemonade, and the scent's great. To me, it's like Bath and Body Works lemon drops, and it burned good. There was a section where it kind of started smelling a little burned, and I don't know if that was my fault. I think it was the day I did let it burn maybe a little bit past 4 hours, and so I just wouldn't recommend that with Goose Creek. And it was the first time I'd had that where I smelled some like smell tip being like burned. So I poured that wax out, and you can even see that it had like a gray tinge to it. And then it burned fine, and I didn't have any issues. This was my other leftover candle from February. It was actually like a transition, so I kind of meant for it to be like that since there was strawberry and then lemon ice, and because my theme for March was lemon, pistachio, tea, kind of citrusy items. So I was happy that this was just a perfect transition. And I like this candle. It was light. My first couple burns were super light, and I was really disappointed. But then it got a little bit stronger. I had it in my kitchen, and I could smell it. It was still light, though. But I could smell it, and I did enjoy it. And I'd probably try it in wax, or I don't think I'd buy it again in the large candle. It just wasn't that big of a payoff for me, but I did love it. Okay, and then I had another Yankee in this lemon pound cake, which smelled delicious. The smell was so good. I enjoyed it so much, and I had it in my bedroom, and I could smell it. My ceilings aren't like super tall in my bedroom, so anything light really works. And it was lighter, but it was perfect to me. I didn't mind the lightness. It did kind of get a little bit lighter as it went on, and I think it's because there's so much oil on the bottom here So maybe I should have done a little bit of the upside down trick. I'm not sure. Like, you can see it there. But again, just a nice clean burn. I never have had problems really with Yankees burning. They've always been great. If you do the 6 to 8 hour rule for the single wicks, and I use an Alumilid and use Hurricanes, it's perfect. Okay, and then I had this one over at my mom's house actually, and I didn't know if I was gonna like it on cold. I was kind of like, but once it started burning, I loved it. I thought it was so good. No wonder it's a returning favorite. I'm not a big fan of grapefruit, but to me, this wasn't grapefruit. It was just like a lemon citrus, honestly. To me, almost again, kind of like Bath and Body Works lemon drops, and it burned so nicely, and it was strong, and their living room area is very large, and I could smell it, and I was really impressed by this candle actually. And then lastly, I have this Sensationals in Lemon Verbena, and I got this at TJ Maxx or Marshall's. TJ Maxx. And oh my gosh, I love this too. I let this one burn though a little bit longer because the circumference of this is huge. It doesn't look very pretty right now. It was really only the last burn that did this kind of yucky gray black in there. But I mean, it really burned down. There's not a whole lot of wax. I just made sure it was pulled out. I think that's the secret to these candles. And I loved this fragrance. It was lemon, citrus, and then it had a beautiful like little fresh green note in it, but it wasn't a dominating fresh green note. It was perfectly blended. And I would get this one again if I see it again. I had no problems with this candle. And that's it. Just a short little video. That's all that I burned for March. And I was happy with what I got through. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. So let me know what you burned in March, and if maybe you burned something that was the same and what you thought. All right, thanks. Bye.